in-line car number 04. It's been a long weekend putting this one back together after a wreck in opening practice at Peterborough Speedway, Lindsay, Ontario. The Lone Wolf Power Sports now, the Pine Ridge of Oshawa, Winghouse of Eby, Oshawa Hearing Aid Clinic, Redstone, Corey number 04 machine. This is Sean Walker. Car number 55, Adam Lindsay. Former winner here at Peterborough Speedway, the Junior Late Model Division, and a former winner for the Ontario Sportsman Series. John the Donut Designs, Cord, the Home Hardware Group, 1-800-GOT-JUMP, and BRP Exhaust and Tile Plunge, number 55. This is Ali Ferguson. Car number 67, a regular here at the Peterborough Speedway out of Codrington, Ontario, the standard on records. Premier Welding, LD Automotive Equipment, Diamond Automotive, number 67 machine. This is Paul Toms. We now jump up for the car number 55. Driving the MJ Redco K&K Customs 42Bs, going double duty this weekend. He's got the Pro Late Ball, the mini stock on the property in Norfolk. This is Jason White. Car number 03, regular here at the Peterborough Speedway. John the Lakeside, Mobile Tire, C. Patterson Equipment Repair, Napa, Pine Ridge of Oshawa, Ducks Automotive, and Harsco. Out of Cohill, this is Gary Buck Hanna. Starting in the 21st position, Alvarono. The wire roof, the quick sign, shrimp cocktail, Auburn Oak Company Limited Custom Cabinetry. Car number 32, this is Doug Wells. We jump up to car number 79 at Blackstock, a multi-time Peterborough Speedway feature winner in the Gold Late Model Division, driving the custom four-wing ride. This is James Horner. On the outside of row 9, in the 18th starting position, a multi-time feature winner here at Peterborough Speedway, out of Mamora. The Napa Society Auto Supply, Town and Country, Rocky Maintenance, Bell Paving, Premium Portal, Toilet Rentals, car number 72, is Steve Powell. His 17th starting position, the 2006 winner, the Autumn Colors Classic of the Thunder Car Division, completing his 30th full-time season behind the wheel, car number 23, the Presto Appliance Repair, Ryan's Landscaping, Ontario Steel Sales, Auto Trim Design, and Barry Bayside Automotive 23. This is Paul Maltese. In the 16th starting position, out of Port Hope, the Curtis Septic Facility Services, Signs Flooring, Duramac Excellence and Tooling Beyond, Signs and Designs, Crestman Tree Maintenance, car number 81, multi-time Peterborough Speedway feature winner, it's Kid Silverback, Jacob Mercer. In car number 46, he is your reigning Autumn Colors Classic winner in the Superstock Division, and now a two-time Dingo Superstock Series champion. The MC Mechanical Camera and Medwell, Hope Valley Wellness number 46 machine is the Thrillbilly, Wayne Sardo. Outside of row 7 at the 14th starting position, driving car number 14 for car owner Tyler Liscombe. Out of Dundas, he is a two-time Oscar Modified Tour champion and the 2025 winner of the Autumn Colors Classic and the Modifieds, the Overkill Enterprises, Ontario Lawyers Lucent, Junior Hanley Race Cars, Redline Signs Apparel's number 14. This is T.J. Edwards. Edwards inside in the 13th starting position, making his Pro Late Model debut. He is the 2024 Autumn Colors Classic winner and the Legend Car Division, as well as the 2024 Ontario Legend Series champion. Driving the B&G Towing and Recovery Car 21 out of Curtis, Ontario. This is Mitch Wright. Car number 2 out of Peterborough. A long-time Super Late Model regular, multi-time Super Late Model feature winner, Jim's Auto Repair, Bickle Farms, number 2 machine. This is John Owen. He is a two-time Pro Lake Model winner here at the Auto Colors Classic and a multi-time Peterborough Speedway track champion. Driving the JJ Stewart Motors, Napa Auto Parts, Society Auto Supply, Douglas Automotive, Barry McLennan Masonry, and Crows Cars, the Dan McHattie Race Cars. Number 71 machine, it's old school Dan McHattie! In the 10th starting position, making up row number 5, a two-time Auto Colors Classic winner and a six-time Peterborough Speedway track champion. The London Recreational Racing, Cockpit Automotive, Classic Towing, Hampton General Store, Route 19 Auto Parts, Lux Beauty, Quick Fire Stores, Paradise Property Maintenance. An incredible sight, nearly 7 feet tall, calls himself the ultimate object of desire of the mountain of molten lust, the one, the only, the crowd pleaser, Thunderlips Kelly Paulson! To his inside, car number 48, out of Steiner, Ontario, a two-time Auto Colors Classic winner in the Women's Late Model Division. Driving the Teddy Core Homes, Cisco National Leasing, GE Coast Used Cars, Superstars Clear View Heating, Redline, Science Apparel, the Junior Handling Build number 48 machine. This is Dwayne Banker! On the outside of row number 4, driving car 10S, a three-time Auto Colors Classic champion and a three-time Sunset Speedway Lake Model Track champion. The Paragon Optics License, Shellswell Racing, Highway 400 Transmission, Fox and Victory Deli Auto Trim Design of Mary Shepherd Ducks, and Dr. Renee Hanrahan, the 10S machine. It's Gord, the Smoke Shepherd! To his inside, car number 89C, a five-time Auto Colors Classic winner, a multi-time Peterborough Speedway track champion, a three-time winner of the ABC United Lake Model Series at Drumbo, the London Recreational Racing, Waycred Automotive, BP Racing, Fuels, KR Communications, Tri-County Sale Plastics, Sewers Equipment, Toyota Epic Racers, Cobra Wraps, and Vincent Motorsports, the 89C, this is Sean Chenoweth! On the outside of row number 3, in the 6th starting position, out of Norwood, Ontario, a two-time winner of the Auto Colors Classic and your 2025 Peterborough Speedway Late Model Track Champion. Driving the line unit, SMG Motorsports, Pros Gas, GTA Race Designs, and Chaos Carnival, the 29, it's Ryan Kimball! His inside in car number 31 out of Hawkstone, a three-time Auto Colors Classic champion and a former Peterborough Speedway Lake Model Track champion. The JM Custom Paint and Powder Coating, Halbert Stock Service, Zancar Homes, GD Coast Used Cars, Superstore, number 31 machine. It's the upgrade, Rick Spencer-Walt! To row number 2 in the 4th starting position, out of Tiny, Ontario, former Sunset Speedway Lake Model Track champion, multi-time Pro Lake Model feature winner this year, coming off the podium ride last year here at the Auto Colors Classic, the Cash Down Farms, IHL, Paul's Auto Body, Darren Neal and Sons Excavating, Georgian Way Services, the 16 machine, it's the Sidewinder, Dustin Mumbercat! In the 3rd starting spot, inside of row number 2, out of Hillsdale, Ontario, 2015 winner of the Auto Colors Classic in the Limited Lake Model Division, driving the ImageDrives.ca, Hillsdale Service Center, number 39 machine, it's Travis 50 Cal Halliburton! To our front row, car number 83, out of Wall, a former Junior Handling Classic winner in the 2015 APC United Late Model Series champion, driving the Shaw Motorsports chassis, the Wellington System Entry, car number 83. This is Dale Shaw! And now in the pole position, fastest man of the province in practice, fastest in qualifying yesterday afternoon, a multi-time APC United Late Model Series winner, including earlier this year here at Peterborough Speedway. The McCall Racing Enterprises, Raptor Filters, Pride Seats, Reynolds Trucking, Strike Generating Systems, Vibrant Farms,
So Field now giving the sign to double up as these drivers trying to roll around, get some heat in these Hoosier Racing slicks.
So as the field trying to put heat in those tires, Brendan, who do you got your eyes on for the Electric City 167 as we get
the one car I'm very curious about, and it's not because he's the fastest man on the property, that is Jake Sheridan. That team qualified in the pole last night. They were down in the pits thrashing. Jake's still looking for a feel in that car that he can't find. He's running this tire. He ran on it down at the IWK 250 at Riverside. As Clinton has cued the mic, we'll see what he's got down pit side with Nick Sheridan.
I got Nicky here. Nicky, how are you feeling? What's the game plan today? You're leading. They've said Jake is a goer. Is he going to be calm or try and run these guys and put them all down laps?
I feel pretty confident today, Clint. I think we had a good car, so I try and keep underneath us the whole race and try and set an even pace. I know these Hoosiers are probably going to fall off a little more than we're used to with the American racers, so nice steady pace. Hopefully keep up front for a while, keep some clean air, and be there pretty soon at the end of the race.
Good luck, Nick. Have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
Nick Sheridan, crew chief for his older brother Jake here. They came in fast, guys. We're getting ready to go.
Sorry to cut you off there, Brendan. I could see Clint was down there.
Yeah, so Jake had mentioned this tire, it has a lot of roll in the sidewall to it. He looked at Nicky and said, it very much feels like what you would feel in a sprint car. It's rolling over. He didn't feel that at the IWK at Riverside. That tire was always loaded with the banking and the speeds out at Riverside Speedway. This is the first time he's really had a feel for that tire as the sidewall rolls over and he's looking for that bite in the corner. We'll see what he's got. We know he's got short-term speed, but does he have long-term speed? Dale Shaw on the other side of him, and just the outside, feels very confident in that 83 machine, the Shaw Motorsports chassis, on what he's got. Field is given the one to go. That means lights are extinguished on the Floor Coverings International Peterborough Speedway Pace Truck. We are set to get underway. Feature day here, the 32nd annual B&G Towing and Recovery Autumn Colors Classic. Jake Sheridan the inside, Dale Shaw the outside, going to lead the field to green.
No stories allowed. Pick.
I got the 83 at Dale Shaw.
I'll go the 52 at Jake Sheridan.
I'm taking Rick Spencer-Walt. Clint?
I'll go with Marquette.
Green flag is in the air, and the Electric 167 is underway as they power north.
Sharing us nose out in front. Shaw quickly going to slide in line behind that 52 machine. Battle is on for third. Marquette chopped out on the high side of the racetrack. We got trouble. Doug Wills facing the wrong way already. The 32 car.
Hard on the brake pedal in the middle of 3 and 4. Back end kicked out a little bit of contact with the 55 of Ollie Ferguson. Still facing the wrong direction as that car back under fire.
And trouble for Steve Powell. The 72 going to hit pit road as well now. The Napa Auto Parts, Saki Auto Supply, 72 machine down pit road. Caution now out for the 32 of Wills as he comes up on the racetrack just ahead of Here's Field. Going to stack up here.
Steve Powell, guys, out with clutch issues early.
And Field giving the sign to double up. Peterborough Speedway rules in effect, so that means no choose. It is a straight double up format, old school inside outside as you ran. Which I mean,
that's another thing Rick Spencer-Walt said to me last night. I don't think I'm giving away any secrets. He says, I want to be in an odd number position all day long.
I talked to Gord Shepard down on the grid, and I said, well, Gord, how's it going? You're lining up here. And he goes, well, I've been a little better. Dwayne Baker was sitting next to him, lined up his car. He said, Dwayne, why couldn't you just cut a couple tenths more and put me on the inside? So drivers really want to fight for that bottom, and that's what you see. Dale Shaw made the quick move once he got clear of the battle behind him to duck in line behind Sheridan. Floor Coverings International Peterborough Speedway Pace Truck hits pit road once again. Cars coming length off of turn number 4. Shaw being very careful. Got on the loud pedal. Sheridan maybe had a little bit of issue. Try not to buzz those tires, but the 83 wants to make sure he's not going to get moved back a row.
And it's just like you said, Brendan. Dale Shaw wasn't trying to take the lead there. He just wanted to be good enough to slide into second and not go backwards.
It's so important to get to that inside lane as quick as possible. The outside lane's almost a death sentence. Once this inside lane gets hooked up bumper to bumper, Dustin Marquette on the outside wall, heading at entry 3. That's going to stack up the field. Around goes Kimball. Mid-right facing the wrong direction as well. The rest of the field hard on the brake pedal. And the caution comes out. Trap 4.
Yeah, everyone got stopped. Tyler Junkin seemed to think there was a hole there. Just drove into Maltese's right front. We are 3 laps in of 167.
They're trying to put the hood pins back on the 21 of the lights are out on the floor coverings. International pace truck. It will pace down the backstretch. It will now dip down the infield. The 52 of Sheridan. Shaw on his outside. And the 83 white machine will lead them back to the great KRV green.
Much more even restart this time. Spencer-Walt for the first time up off the bottom of the racetrack, restarting outside of row number 2 in that 31 machine. Here comes the 83 getting to the bottom of the racetrack. Now Halliburton and Walt side by side. These two mixed up before up at Sunset Speedway. See if they race nice and clean. A little bit of contact deeper in the pack. Doug Wills at 32. He's got the hood bowed up on that machine.
Baker still stuck on that high line in that 48 machine. Dustin Marquette in the 16 working on the inside as they head into the 3. Here comes Sean Chenoweth. Kelly Balson hard on the brake pedal.
Balson had to lock up the left front for getting into Dan McCaddy. McCaddy now to the
Problems for
inside.
the 14 all the way up in marbles in 3 and 4. That car is coming to a halt. That's
TJ Edwards aboard the 14 machine. Now they had some issues. They were making some welding repairs on that car, so I'm not sure if that's related to the repairs they made pit side earlier this afternoon before tech, but that car now going to drive away and try to get to pit road. Field doubled up once again. Lights extinguished on the floor coverings. International Peterborough Speedway pace shot.
We've survived a couple of starts, restarts. The drivers really exercising some give and take.
Mitch Rick coming back on track.
Great job by that crew to keep getting them out on time.
Yeah, and just using every last second they can in the pits to get it done. Tagging the tail of the field as the green flag comes back out. Again, side by side down through turns 1 and 2. Travis Halliburton trying and get ahead, but not able to do so. That 83 of Dale Shaw going to slide in line again behind the 52. Side by side for third behind them. Spencer-Walt, and there goes Halliburton and Spencer-Walt. Those two get together. 39 goes for the spin. Everybody gets wound up.
So lights are out on the floor coverings. International pace truck. The front row of Jake Sheridan and Dale Shaw will lead them to green. Dustin Marquette in the 16 back on the racetrack. He'll join the tail end of the field. And the floor coverings International pace truck now into the infield. Jake the Snake Sheridan leads them back to the great KRV green flag. So they power into 1 and 2. Dale Shaw on the 83 fighting in on that outside as they power down the backstretch. Heading in the entry of 3. Here comes Rick Spencer-Walt keeping the 89 C of Sean Chenoweth on the outside.
Rick Spencer-Walt racing pretty hard, but I don't think he wants the second position.
Dale Shaw, though, going to have to do something because that 89C is coming. Now going to very quickly try to slide in line. He'll do so behind the 31 machine. Spotter telling him that 89C is coming, but Walt up the hill. Here comes the 83 back to the inside. Rick Spencer-Walt really trying to close the door on that 83 car because now there's a whole line behind the 83 if he gets trapped up there. Spencer-Walt trying to get down. Not quite clear. The 83's almost got the nose in there.
And I can't tell if Rick Spencer-Walt is tight or loose, because he can't keep the car down the racetrack, but I don't know if it's because it's too loose to hold down or because the front end won't stick, but he's running up there in the high groove trying to hold off Dale Shaw, but look at that line of cars behind them.
It's so important that he has to hold off the 83 Dale Shaw. They're nose to tail behind him. Dale Shaw completes the pass heading into 3. Here comes the 89C of Sean Chenoweth with 71 at damage caddy there as well.
Very quickly, Spencer-Walt going backwards, marks his way forward after a couple of great restarts. Now up on the outside of Dan McCaddy, looking to go from 2nd to 5th here in just a couple of laps. He'll have a bit of a gap here between the 71 and teammate Dwayne Baker, able to slide in line. Spencer-Walt racing out of the Dwayne Baker stable this weekend.
What a run for Dan McCaddy so far, qualified 11th. Now up into the top 5, running 4th behind the 89C of Sean Chenoweth.
And just like that, the 52 of Jake Sheridan has caught the tail of the field, the first one to find lap traffic here. Now rolling the high side of the racetrack. Putting some cars between himself and Dale Shaw. Paul Toms in the 67 going to be the next one to go a lap down. Toms rolling the bottom of the racetrack.
Toms does a great job getting down out of the way. Sometimes the trouble you get into as you approach slower traffic is the reason they're off the pace is because they're having a hard time controlling their car.
Shepard's going to peek down on the inside on the B10 of Kelly Paulson, heading into the entry of 3. A little bit of contact coming out of 4. A lap car on the inside. It's going to hold up the 10S machine.
Paulson, the Peterborough Speedway regular, finished 3rd in points here at Peterborough this year. Knew what he had to do to keep that 10S car behind him as they came up on lap traffic, able to use the 04 Sean Walker as a pick. Halliburton deeper in the pack, same with the 16 Marquette, the 21 of Mitch Wright, all trying to navigate some of these cars at the back of the field and march their way forward as leader Jake Sheridan almost on the same straightaway as some of the fast guys that have had issues so far.
Ryan Kimball in the 29 machine completing a pass. He's up into the top 10, getting by the 46 of Lane Zardo.
But you do have to wonder the strategy, maybe Halliburton, Mitch Wright, Marquette, some of these guys just ride at the back, make some passes when you can, and save your stuff. There's no need to burn it up. It's early on. Just do what you have to do to stay on the lead lap ahead of that 52 car. You know he's coming, but you've got some breathing room.
Sean Chenoweth looking pretty sporty behind Dale Shaw. That's a battle for the second spot down into 1 and 2.
And I think Shaw would be willing to let the 89C go if it wasn't for the 71 of McCaddy on the rear bumper of the London Recreational Racing 89 machine.
Kimball dives down on the inside of the 2 of John Owen. He continues to knock him down lap by lap as the battle for the second spot still heating up. Here comes Rick Spencer-Walt.
Yeah, second through fifth all together. You can see Dan McCaddy when he had to get up in the middle groove of the track. That car did not like it whatsoever.
10S machine of Gord Shepard peeking in the inside of the B10 of Kelly Balson as well. Balson, 2 feature wins here at Canada's toughest third mile oval in the regular season, holding off a charge from that 10S.
Shepard alongside the 41 of Junkin. Those two mixed up last year's Autumn Colors Classic, able to get past. Ryan Kimball has rallied from the tail of the field, looking to join that battle with Shepard and Balson.
See Jake Sheridan just put a hand out the window to thank Jason White for getting down out of the way. How important do you think little things like that are? We've still got 140 laps to go here to show a little bit of love to those cars you might encounter again a couple of times.
And you can say, if it's something you got to do again, you might as well make sure they know you appreciate it, so they'll keep doing it. But Shaw in the 83 has distanced himself a little bit now from the 89 of Chenoweth.
Big battle right now, 7 to 9. They're nose to tail. Paulson a little loose in turn 2 on exit. So head into 3. That Shepard's been all over his back bumper trying to get that inside lane to open up. He's going to peek his nose in there once again. Paulson shuts the door.
Oh, trouble, Rick Spencer-Walt.
He pulls up and stops up off of turn number 2. That will draw the caution. Everyone able to get down. Spotters letting drivers know the 31 car is up there. Wonder what has gone wrong with that 31 machine.
26 laps complete at the time of caution, 141 to go.
So I'm not sure there's a lucky dog or not. Maybe he's a lucky dog, and that's why he's behind the lap cars. But either way, 32's on the, according to time scoring, the last 8 laps. That's what we're going with.
This is the race that gets a little chaotic at this point with all the lap cars. The lights extinguished on the floor coverings International Pace Truck, and we'll turn them loose next time by 141 to go.
Oh, good math. This has been the front row all day long. We've had some different characters restarting in the 3rd spot. Nobody able to really break up into that top 2.
Green flag is back in the air as the late models are back on the gas pedal heading into 1 and 2. Jake the Snake Sheridan still on the inside as they power down the backstretch.
Sean not able to get down to the bottom. Here comes the 89C of Sean Chenoweth and the 71 of Dan McCaddy. That 83 car trapped up on the high side now. Shaw went very high to the 3 and 4. Might have a break behind the 71, but McCaddy gets loose. But Shaw not able to get down and cover that spot. McCaddy drives it deep into turn number 3. Up the hill they both go. Shaw going to want to let that 71 go. Maybe slide in line ahead of the 48 of Dwayne Baker.
Dale Shaw in that 83 has done such a great job starting on the outside of row number 1 for every single restart. This time, though, drops back to the 4th spot.
How about Ryan Kimball up 29, involved in an earlier accident?
Oh, B10 of Kelly Balson in a heap of trouble. Getting moved by the 16 of Dustin Marquette. Here comes the 10S of Shepard. John Owen's going to try to keep him on the high line, coming out of 4.
Balson falling back quickly here. Gonna have to do something. He's got Mitch right behind him. See if that 10 can get down ahead of the 21. Not able to do so. Balson gonna lose some ground and slide outside the top 10.
Mitch Wright, all the work that crew did on that 21, and he's up to speed, turning some great laps out there.
Kimball on the charge now, looking to the inside of the 48 of Dwayne Baker, lap for 5th in the running order. Eliuna SMG Motorsports 29 machine went to the tail of the field after involvement in the first caution, marched his way forward.
Travis Halliburton also in a battle with the 46 of Lane Zardo. Here comes the 29 of Flying Ryan Kimball on the inside of Baker, an entry of 3. He's going to clear the 48 machine, heading down the front stretch. Here comes Lane Zardo.
Lane Zardo squeezed down to the rumble strips on the inside. He'll get the spot. Halliburton gets the spot. Momberket going to drive in the opening as well.
Baker trapped up on the high side. Shepard now to the inside. That 48 car, much like Balson. Free falling up on the outside. John Owen maybe close enough. Baker gets up to the outside wall. Not sure if he got the squeeze or not, but Baker makes contact with the wall in the back straightaway. That opens the door for John Owen. Here comes the Bickle Farms 2 machine, as well as the 31 of the upgrade Rick Spencer-Walt on the charge.
Got to keep an eye on the 48 of Baker on that right-hand side tire. The 55 of Jason White has pulled it behind the wall. His night is over.
Sheridan working lap traffic once again. The 41 of Tyler Junkin down around the bottom of the racetrack. 52 car up on the high side, and this is where we talked about not an easy pass. The 41's really got to lift, very matched equally through the corners to the 41 on the bottom and the 52 up on the high side.
Nose to tail, 6 to 8th right now. Honestly, all the way to the back of the pack. Lane Zardo trying to stay in front of this field. 39 of Travis Halliburton trying to get that inside lane open up as they get through lap traffic.
Don't think Lane Zardo's car was very happy when he had to move up the racetrack. With an open track, he's got good speed in that 46. Now the leader's going around Tyler Junkin as they work in through 1 and 2.
Kimball has now caught the 83 of Dale Shaw. Shaw on the 4th position on the rear bumper, the 71 of McCaddy.
This is where the racers get into a rhythm, trying to knock these laps down. A lot of them saying they just want to get to lap 100 in a smooth running order, keeping that track position. And Travis Halliburton was saying he almost needs to lose a spot to gain 2 near the end of the run.
And Sheridan has backed his pace down. He was running almost 14 flats. He is now 14 threes, 14 twos, same as everyone behind him.
Kelly Balson and Ollie Ferguson just got around Jacob Mercer. Those drivers racing just outside of the top 10.
Big battle for the 3rd spot as you're watching on screen. Dan McCanny hold off the 83 of Dale Shaw. It's been quick here at Peterborough Speedway. A runner-up finish in the APC series in round 3.
Dale Shaw all over the back bumper of the McCaddy 71. He'll poke a nose to the inside. There was nothing really there for him. Down the front straightaway, some slower traffic approaching.
Yeah, again, Shaw maybe thought about it, but not going to have a lot of time for the lap traffic now. Inside of the 71, things get tight to use the pick. Shaw going to have to be careful not to do any damage to that right front. Maybe some issues with the 71. That car sideways through 3 and 4 that time.
Trouble! Lane Zardo backs it into the outside wall. That's going to bring out the caution. A pretty hard hit for that 46 machine.
Wow, that was some excellent driving for all of those cars to get around John Owen, Rick Spencer-Walt, Dwayne Baker, as Zardo sits backwards on the front straightaway.
As the Floor Coverings International pace truck dips down in the infield, and Jake Shannon will lead the field back to green.
Now he's got Sean Chenoweth on the outside. The driver out of Drumbo, Ontario, the recreational racing entry 89C up on the high side, but here comes Dan McCaddy. McCaddy with a bit of a bobble down to the bottom. Top 3 will be nose to tail. Shaw trapped on the high side. Here comes Flying Ryan Kimball from the rear of the field in car number 29.
Here comes Sean Chenoweth peeking his nose on the inside of Jake Sheridan, heading into the entry of 1. Didn't quite have the speed to make a move. Jake Sheridan starts to fly away.
Sheridan out in front, Sean Chenoweth, whether he's testing the waters or just wanting to poke the bear a little bit or just feel good about running at the front. Nobody is harder on Sean Chenoweth than Sean Chenoweth about how he's been running in a pro late model the last couple of seasons.
I mean, this is a place very familiar to Chenoweth. This is where he got his first APC and that late model series win. And you don't become a 5-time Autumn College Classic winner without knowing how to get it done on the big stage here at Peterborough. So Chenoweth kind of gave a feel there to see what the 52 had. Now the 52 pulling away. And again, pulling times down in that 14-0, 14-1 bracket. Sheridan likes to build that lead, and then he'll back the pace down. But you got to wonder how much he's burning right now as he sets a torrid pace pulling away and then battle for second.
Dale Shaw has lost 3 spots in the last 2 laps, almost dropping a 4th. He finally falls in line just in that second groove. Couldn't find any momentum.
Second, third, and fourth, nose to tail. Jake Sheridan with an advantage out in front. Dustin Momborquette in the 5th spot as Horner coming back on the track, and that's 79.
Horner drops the gear down the back straightaway just in front of your leader. Sheridan able to navigate that. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and the rest of the field going to have to do the same. Horner to the bottom of the racetrack.
Nose to tail. 2 on back. Cheno is still holding back Dan the Man, the caddy in that 71 machine. No need to force the issue here with 115 to go.
And I mean, this is a little bit of a different Dan McCann we've seen the last few years here at the Electric City 167. Usually Dan, very quick, he'll get to that lead and he'll set the pace and he'll be out in front. Right now, he's started deep and has worked his way forward and seems content just to ride behind whoever's in second. Maintain that third position for the restart. Try to work your way towards the halfway break. No rush to get there.
Lanes are on the 46 back on the track as the leaders fly by on his outside. Jake Sheridan continuing to blow past the 04 machine and the 67 of Paul Toms. Here comes 89 of Sean Challenge.
Oh, Gord Shepard, Wayne Baker. Baker did not want to give up that inside lane. Wasn't left with much of a choice. Gord Shepard will pick up that position.
Paulson thought about sliding to the inside of the 48 machine, but let Baker go. We got trouble lap cars getting together. Sean Walker and Toms on the front straightaway, just in front of a bunch of lead lap cars.
P10 of Kelly Paulson onto the outside. John Owen as well. Paul Toms, I think, is trying to pull the 67 machine off. No, he's going to stay on the track. We're going to go 3 wide to 21 of Mitch Wright. All the way up into the marbles. Here comes 81 Jacob Mercer. The 55 of Ferguson sticking his nose in there as well.
Ollie Ferguson showed a lot of restraint there to not drive that car up the middle.
67 and Toms much slower than the 04 Sean Walker. Walker, though, biding his time, being patient, trying to be sportsman, let these lead lap cars go by, but now the 67 beat Black Flag, not maintaining race speed.
The 04 is Sean Walker trying to get by, but doesn't want to go to the outside lane and get into the leaders. The 52 of Jake Sheridan's going to go to his outside. 67 down into the infield as the leaders blow on by.
That's not a rule you see exercised very often, but a good call by the officials. Just a little bit too far off the pace.
Travis Halliburton with a slick move in 3 and 4, getting into the top 5, passing the 31 of Rick Spencer-Walt. That inside lane opened up. Here comes 83 of Dale Shaw. Also on the 31 machine with the 10S of Shepard on his back bumper as well.
Shaw almost got in 31, got over the curve, down enter number 2. That car shot up the hill. But keep your eyes, the 29, the 16, the 39, all early adversity, all have gone to the rear, all have battled back.
Yeah, the only driver that really hasn't moved any positions out there is Jake Sheridan. Everybody else has advanced, dropped a little. Some have advanced a lot more. Ryan Kimball, like you just mentioned, Dustin Momborquette, Halliburton.
Dan McCaddy and Ryan Kimball, 2 Peterborough Speedway regulars, sharing feature wins back and forth. McCaddy with 4 respectively. Shocked that 2 of those drivers didn't qualify any higher. Kimball was thinking he was going to be up in the mix, and so was McCaddy. He said he just missed on the raw speed, but he has passed a ton of cars, currently working on the 4th, trying to get into the top 3.
In fairness, even Jake Sheridan was surprised by his lap time in qualifying.
Oh, Travis Halliburton, the 39, loses the back end. The front end smashes into the wall in 1 and 2, and the caution comes out again. Green flag in the air as they power out into 1 and 2. Jake Sheridan continues to lead this thing around. Here comes the 71 of Dan McCaddy. On the inside, the 89 of Sean Cheno. A little bit of contact in entry of 3. Kimball all the way up the track in 4.
Got that inside, more and more rubber going down in that inside groove, really making it the dominant line around the racetrack. And the farther this race goes, the better the inside is going to get compared to the outside.
Oh, 21 of Mitch Wright. On the wall there down the backstretch, he loses 2 spots in 3 and 4.
Momborquette got aggressive there for a minute, got into the back, the 89C a lap or so ago, had to check up. Everyone getting themselves strung out now. The 10S of Gord Shepard has marched his way forward. They came down pit road for that sway bar adjustment earlier, and that 10S car has come to life.
you know, these drivers are veterans, they're experienced. They know how far they can push somebody, and they might take some liberties with an Ollie Ferguson, someone who's green. You're not going to take liberties on Sean Chenoweth because he will return the favor quickly. So you sort of realize, hey, big picture, let's take it easy.
And again, still working our way towards the halfway. We are under 100 to go now, but that is 98 laps, 97 now on the board. It's still a long way to go here in the Electric City 167. Sardo back down pit road to the attention of the crew.
16 of Dustin Marquette back into the top 5 after being a part of a caution early in this race. He said it's a long race. You got to keep your head on straight and beat it at the end. This is the long run we've been talking about. We'll see the tire wear potentially play a factor near the halfway point.
Dale Shaw looking racy behind Rick Spencer-Walt into 31. Ryan Kimball right behind him. A couple of drivers that have suffered the wrath of being stuck on the outside here today. I believe Shaw and Kimball might be a little bit faster than Rick Spencer-Walt, but I don't think fast enough to really make a move.
Every restart for the 83.
Trouble was Ollie Ferguson drove up over the back of the 10 of Balson. Not sure how that started. All I seen was the 55 up over the left rear of the 10 of Balson as those two cars went for the spin. Ferguson into the wall. I believe Balson able to keep that B10 off the outside wall.
Clint, if you get a chance, grab Joe Lawrence, see if he thinks there's any suspension damage or alignment damage.
Joe talking to the driver right now on the headset. We'll jump in as soon as we can here. Joe Lawrence, the veteran here, working with McCall and everything, trying to get this one going, and trying to check things out here. Joe, is it just cosmetic, or do you think you got some suspension problems?
Mostly looks just like cosmetic, but we're going to feel it out here before the break and see what we need to do.
Thanks, Joe.
The field back underway. Sheridan back out in front. McHattie to second. And Chenoweth sells in the third spot. Marquette fourth. Battles on for fifth. Spencer-Walt on the outside.
Kelly Paulson in the D10 might have cut a tire down. He made contact with Wills and then John Owen in 1 and 2. That car coming to a halt on the backstretch. Kelly Paulson trying to get to the front of the field as quick as possible. Baker's around in 1 and 2 off the bumper of Jacob Mercer. Chaos around Canada's toughest 3rd mile oval. Well, it's been elbows up racing for a majority of this race to start off, not even at the halfway point yet. The 2 of John Owen is coming to a halt out of 4, maybe back under fire now.
It's moving, so the Bickle Farms ride. Maybe he's feeling something out there, pulling himself out of line just to be safe. 4 Coverings International, Peterborough Speedway pace truck hits pit road. Sheridan on the inside, McHattie the outside. Coming to the restart zone, a little bit of contact.
I don't know about that one.
Sheridan had his hand out the window as we came through the restart zone. I'm assuming we're going to call that one back. And that we are. There it is.
This is where you got to be careful. Everyone on the brake pedals. They come to the caution light and the flag down the front stretch. Looks like everyone's going to get through it clean.
They're going to have to hustle to get that right front on. They're putting the lug nuts on by hand.
So, 4 Coverings International, Peterborough Speedway pace truck to pit road. McHattie being penalized moves back road. That'll put Dustin Marquette to the outside of the 52 at Jake Sheridan here on the restart. Marquette up on the outside. Chenoweth to the bottom, side by side for second. Here comes the 10S to Gord Shepard to the inside of the 71 at Dan McHattie, side by side for fourth in the running order. Top 3 now nose to tail. McHattie the odd man out. Dale Shaw, the 83 machine, looking to the inside of the 71. McCaddy gets in the binders down the back straightaway. Shepard drives it deep into 3 up the hill. He goes. Here comes the 83 of Dale Shaw. 2 for 1 for Shaw down the back straightaway. McCaddy still trapped up on the high side as Shepard gets down, but here comes flying Ryan Kimball now.
Yeah, Shaw will take that one in 3 and 4.
We have yet to see how many positions that penalty to Dan McCaddy is going to be.
It's a lot right now, dropping 3 spots in that lap alone. Kimball drives on by. Here comes the 31 of Rick Spencer-Walt. They're going to be wheel to wheel in the entry of 3.
Spencer-Walt down low in that 31. McCaddy getting slowly up on the outside. Mercer going to go by, but that'll open the inside for Dan McCaddy. Back to the 8th spot. 9th spot.
Now Chenoweth with a little bit of breathing room over the 16 of Mombercat, who runs in 3rd. Shaw trying to close the battle. And there goes Gord Shepard. Shepard for the solo spin just got down into turn number 1 in the back end, stepped out on that 10S machine.
We've seen that multiple times in this race. Kimball doesn't get caught up in it, hard on the brake pedal. So the commanded double up has been given. The field will pacer. Believe the 1 to go signal given this time by. Lights will extinguish on the pace truck and will turn them loose for the second half of this race.
So halfway the break is in the books.
I like the tiger stripes on Ollie Ferguson's 55. Orange duct tape.
Some of these drivers patched it back together. Here we go. Now the gloves are off. You can let someone in? I don't think so. Every position going to matter here as we get going to the second half of this race. Tires have had a chance to cool down sitting on pit road. See what everyone's got as we fire off side by side through 1 and 2. Chenoweth hanging to the outside of the 52 as we head into turn number 3.
Dale Shaw still stuck on that outside lane. He's restarted on the outside. Every single restart so far in this Electric City 167 to 29 of Ryan Kimball. Throwing his nose on the inside of entry of 1, trying to keep that 83 machine on the high line. Look at the battle for second heading into 3.
Sean Chenoweth giving a master class in how to run the outside, trying to keep Mombercat pinched down to the bottom without being rough. Pay off, but boy, oh boy, he's doing as well on the outside as we've seen anybody.
Trying to hang tough there. A little bit of contact. 1 and 2 between the 16 and the 89. 16 coming with the spot. As we've seen the 71 earlier, it looks like the 89 is going to get hung up on that outside. The freight train. Shaw misses that exit off of turn number 2. That's going to allow the 89 to slide in line ahead of him.
Look at Dan McCaddy throw that 71 machine on the entry of 3, getting on the inside, the 81 of Jacob Mercer. He'll complete that pass into 1.
Ryan Kimball looking sporty behind the 16 of Mombercat. Drop to the inside into turn number 3 to battle for the second spot.
Flying Ryan on the move with the 29 machine up to the inside of Mombercat for second. That's going to bring Rick Spencer-Walt along. Hold right in front or not. The 31 car is coming. On the move is Rick Spencer-Walt, now up to 3rd. The 16 trapped on the outside. Here comes Sean Chenoweth to repay the favor. The 89C to the inside. The 16 trapped up on the outside. Dale Shaw maybe looking to follow through along with Dan McCaddy.
Mombercat in a heap of trouble. Stuck on the outside. The 89C of Chenoweth will complete the pass. Here comes the 83 machine as well. Shaw to the inside coming into 1. Here comes Dan McCaddy.
McCaddy going to drive to the bottom as well. Mombercat hanging on tight up on the high side as John Owen gets way up near the outside wall in turn 2. Back up to speed down into turn 3.
Look at the speed out of the 52 of Jake the Station. Oh, Kimball all the way up in the marbles. That car coming to a halt. Currently, or was running second at the time of the green flag run. The caution will come out. The lights extinguish on the Fort Coverings International. Pace truck will turn them loose next time. Bye. Fort Coverings International pace truck will hit pit road. The 52 of Jake Sheridan spinning control the entire race will lead them back to the Great Canadian RV green flag. 31 of Rick Spencer-Walt gets a little jump, but the 52 fights back on the inside in 1 and 2.
Spencer-Walt making sure not to take that penalty, and just like that, able to slide in line ahead of the 89 of Sean Chenoweth. The 71 of McCaddy up the racetrack. He's got the 16 of Mombercat to his inside now. as they battle for the 4th spot in the running order. A little bit of breathing room. Look at Mitch Wright from the tail of the field, just outside the top 5 now in that 21 machine. Teams are working hard getting that car fixed up, and all that effort they took to get the front end geometry correct. That 21 car is marched forward.
He's going to try to keep the 71 of Dan McCaddy on the outside lane. He'll be unsuccessful in that task. They power down the backstretch. Dan McCaddy only dropped a few there on the outside lane.
And that was something Mitch Wright maybe learned earlier on after that incident with Ryan Kimball. Just knew what he had to do, let that 71 in, and just take what the race gives you at this point in time. He's got company the 10S to Gord Shepard, battling back after that earlier spin.
Jake Sheridan, the 52, putting down impressive lap times of 14.17 to 14.17 last time by transponder Lily Glitch, 14.09 that time by as he's starting to run away from the field. Here comes Shepard on the inside of the 21 of Mitch right down the backstretch. They're going to be wheel to wheel in 3. The Shepard machine will pass the 21 of Mitch Wright.
31 of Spencer-Walt, as he mentioned, saving up to be 4 right now, looking for a half-decent payday. Trouble at the 55 and the 32.
So Doug Wills cuts down on the 55 of Ollie Ferguson, sowing frustration down the front stretch, gets into the grass ending into 1, kicks the back end out of the car, and around he went. That will bring out the caution with 70 to go.
Yeah.
He's getting the go sign.
Almost seems like it'd have been a better idea to wait.
Yeah. He's got to race around. They're going to take the green flag before he gets even close to the tail end of the field.
Giddy up, Ollie. Jake Sheridan, Rick Spencer-Walt rolling around to the green flag. Both Sheridan and Spencer-Walt changing up their restarts. That should have worked out fairly well. Spencer-Walt will drop into the 2nd spot, and now we'll watch Dustin Momberket and see where that 16 winds up.
They changed it up, but it was good news for Spencer-Walt. Able to slide in line in 2nd. A little bit of breathing room over that 89 C of Sean Chenoweth. Chenoweth has a quick car, but seems to take a few laps for that 71 car to start picking up some steam and marching forward again.
A little hole right now with Shepard and Mitch Wright. We'll see if Momberket can get down. Mitch Wright trying to stick his nose in 1 and 2. Momberket will get in front of that 21 machine. Here comes Dale Shaw.
Ollie Ferguson has problems. He can't get that 55 car up to speed.
Looks like overheating problems continuing for the 81. Jacob Mercer pulling down pit road. I think the window net coming down. The team not rushing over the wall.
Leaders on the outside, the 55 of Ollie Ferguson going down a lap. Jake Sheridan continuing to knock him down.
Peterborough Mud Fountain, the 81 pit. As Jacob Mercer climbs out, pulls the helmet off.
Field single file all across. Candace down his 3rd mile over 1 car right now. Still going down a lap, and with all the cars that have exited this race, we're not going to have a whole lot of lap traffic. Dan McCaddy slide up the track in 3 and 4. It's now just based off raw speed and how you save your equipment to the end.
A little bit of contact. The 83 of Dale Shaw into the back of Momberket off of turn number 2. The 16 going to move up the hill. Allow the 83 to go by. Here comes the 48 of Dwayne Baker. Baker tries to get in line. Might have been a slight bit of contact off before, but Momberket able to get down and hold on to the position.
Sheridan out in front by about 8 car lengths over Rick Spencer-Walt. Remember, Rick complaining that the right front they had to put on that car has a lot of laps on it. You can see he's having a hard time keeping that 31 down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Gord Shepard into the top 5. He's had an eventful race so far, trying to chase down the 2 cars in front of him. And that is the 89C of Chenoweth and McCaddy. McCaddy on the binders a little bit in 1 and 2. He'll lose a little momentum down the backstretch. Shepard trying to catch him.
Leaders coming up on the back of the field. Sean Walker gets to the bottom of the racetrack as Jake Sheridan put that 0-4. Another lap down. Persistence paying off for Sean Walker here. It's not the result he wants, but the way he's still competing here in the Electric City 167.
He rode the top of the wall. That car was wrecked badly. They worked on that car since Friday. They finally got it together and get out for this race. They've got to be proud of the effort they put in.
They were working at like 3 a.m. on that car on Thursday, and then all day Friday when they could, as the rain started to stop. And That crew was hard at work. Dan McCanny even helped them as they come up on Ollie Ferguson. Here comes Dan McCanny. They're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch. Dan McCanny saw an opening. He takes it away. Sean Chenoweth will drop a spot.
McCanny timed that perfectly, seen the 55 machine, seen the gap, and made the move on the 89. Just like that, 71, already about 2 or 3 car lengths ahead of London Recreational Racing 89C machine.
That's a big advantage for the 71 of Dan McCanny. So good at managing lap traffic. Great example of it there.
We're into the final 50 laps of the Electric City 167. Not quite go time according to Dan McCanny, but he's got to feel good about the track position he's picked up.
Top 3 have sprung away from the rest of the field. Chenoweth in 4th, holding off the 31 of Rick Spencer-Walt. Little loose in the middle of 3 and 4, allowing Rick Spencer-Walt to get right to his back bumper. A little bit of contact made. He's going to slide up the track in 1 and 2. Here comes Shepard.
Shepard gets to the bottom of the racetrack, going to bring Dale Shaw with him. Mom Riquette now trying to slide in line behind the 83, the 89, trapped up on the high side of the racetrack. Chenoweth starting to lose the hand a little bit on the Tri-County sandblasting 89C machine. Baker able to get by. Chenoweth will now slide in line from 4th all the way outside the top 5 now.
Tough lap and a half for Sean Chenoweth, that 89C. Something has gone away on that London Recreational Racing car. Out in front, let's have a look at these lap times. Jake Sheridan leads the way with a 14.465. Rick Spencer-Walt with a 14.415. A little bit quicker. Dan McCanny even faster than that.
McCanny really driving that car into the corners, lost the nose in 1 and 2, slid up the hill, doing the same thing in 3 and 4. Really almost diamonding the corner the way he's driving that car right now. Settles back down as they come into lap traffic as he runs to try to catch that 31 machine.
He's closed the gap just a little bit on the outside of the 55. Ollie Ferguson, not a great spot to catch lap traffic there. 31 of Rick Spencer-Walt. They put a little bit more track between him and the 71 machine. Meanwhile, up front, 52 of Jake Sheridan. 123 laps led thus far.
Yeah, Jake Sheridan has just had everything go his way. Driven a beautiful race so far. A couple of restarts were hotly contested, but he was able to overcome that. And whether he is taking it easy right now, we'll know when Rick Spencer-Walt gets to within about 4 car lengths if Jake Sheridan has more in the tank.
You have to wonder, McCarty's back to pace down a little bit from the 31 machine, really marched forward there, but do you want to pass that 31? If there's another caution, do you really want to be on the outside of the 52 when you come to that restart zone, or do you want to be inside of row number 2? Dale Shaw trying to march forward, look to the inside of Gord Shepard as they came up on the lap car. Sean Walker not able to make anything happen. Shepard on defense trying to hold on to the 4th position in the running order, but Dale Shaw wants to get past the 10S machine. These two have mixed it up this year. They got into it at Sunset one night. Both drivers got heated with each other. But right now, Shepard on defense protecting the bottom of that racetrack.
He sure is.
Yeah, 2 battles on the track right now, 1 for second. McCaddy's caught the back end of the 31 of Rick Spencer-Walt. And the battle just behind them, it's a 3-car nose to tail. Shepard leading the way on the 83 of Shaw, trying to keep him behind him, protecting that inside lane.
McCaddy now up to second, gets past the 31. Rick Spencer-Walt. Spencer-Walt back to 3rd now. The J.J. Stewart Motors 71 machine in McCanny. See what he's got if he can start marching forward to close the gap to that 52 machine.
And we saw Dan McCanny give a wave out the window to Rick Spencer-Walt. And this is probably what's best for Spencer-Walt's race. Number 1, he gets an odd number position. Number 2, let Dan McCanny go and mess with Jake Sheridan. Rick Spencer-Walt's not getting there. Maybe McCanny can and work out better.
Dan McCanny, the faster car that time by trying to close the gap between him and the 52 of Sheridan. Sheridan on the outside of the 55 of Ollie Ferguson.
Shaw is now falling back just a little, not quite as close to the rear bumper of the 10S as Shepard. Shaw now under pressure. Here comes Dustin Monriquette knocking on the back door of the 83 machine. Shaw moves up the hill. Here comes Dustin Monriquette to the bottom of the racetrack.
Shaw might have a problem on that 83. He's really fallen off.
It's been backwards for 2 straight laps. Here comes the 48 of Baker peeking his nose on the inside of entry of 3. He'll throw that 48 machine in the middle of 3 and 4, completing the pass on the 83 of Shaw.
Shaw immediately goes back to work on Dwayne Baker in that 48. So we'll keep an eye on the 83 to see if he's got speed. Mitch Wright in that 21. This is great for him. Just open practice out there.
John Owen holding up our leader, Jake Sheridan. That whole turn just right to the back bumper. Couldn't find that outside lane. Now works to it on the front stretch. Dan McCaddy trying to catch that 52 as John Owen slides up the track again.
And this is what McCaddy talked about, having the struggles when you need to go to the outside late in the race. John Owen, though, off the racetrack with the 04 Sean Walker ahead, the 71 of McCaddy, very quickly able to dispose of the 2 of Owen, now going to the outside of the 04 Walker, but McCaddy having some issues, got real loose up on the high side of the racetrack at that time through 1 and 2.
2 laps straight for Jake Sheridan, who wasn't under the 15-second mark. McCaddy was for both those laps. The gaps is getting a little closer as they tick down, 29 to go.
But I feel vastly different handling cars. The 52 of Sheridan really able to pitch that car back to the bottom off of turn number 4. McCaddy sliding it sideways, not able to get that car to turn back to the curb on corner exit.
Yeah, McCaddy's car going away a little bit in the middle of the turns, sliding way up the track. See the back end kick out almost into the marbles that time by. He's dropping lap times as they tick down for Jake Sheridan.
To look at these race cars on the track, it looks to me like Dan McCaddy might be used up. That car coming off particularly 4, he just about has to stop to get that thing down the racetrack.
Yeah, very much so on corner exit. Better through 1 and 2 that time. Maybe starting to back up his corner just a little bit is McCaddy, but there just seems to really overdrive turn number 3 and just loses the nose of that car and up the racetrack he goes.
52 of Sheridan just keeping his nose clean. He'll catch James Horner in a few laps. As 71 of Dan McCaddy still struggling in 3 and 4. Gets right to that white plate. That was a better turn that time by, but look at the 31 of Rick Spencer-Walt. He's almost caught him for that second spot.
Lap times all over the board as we look through the top 10, but some of them battling in lap traffic, having to get up off the line. And that really makes life difficult. And John Owen is just quick enough to give these drivers fits. Dustin Momberket going to try the inside. He'll get boxed in.
Shepard struggling up on the outside of the 2 of John Owen. Momberket trying to hold off the 83 of Dale Shaw as we come around the lap car. Owen now getting more to the bottom of the racetrack, allows these 3 cars to go by.
That allows Dwayne Baker to close in that 48. He's had a quietly solid run in that Zancor Holmes 48 car.
Sheridan got held up there by the 79 of Horner and the 55 of Ferguson. But still a big gap back to the 71 of Dan McCaddy. McCaddy at the racetrack, that car all sorts of sideways. Spencer-Walt closing in.
McCaddy has the nastiest car on the track when they get up off the bottom of the track.
Yeah. That back end just kicking out, and it's go time now. 19 laps to go for Jake Sheridan.
You have to wonder, just as the fuel load's burned off, the rear end starting to get lighter on that 71 and the handling going away.
These lap times have dropped dramatically, even for our leader for the 52 of Jake Sheridan. 18 to go this time by. Just got to keep it clean. Lap traffic is doubled in front of them. They will be single file as they head into 3.
Yeah, this could be a challenge coming up. Walker in the 04, the 32 of Wills. Doug Wills running in the 10th spot.
Great performance out of that 32 machine.
Dale Shaw to the inside of Dustin Momberket. They'll race down the back straightaway, door to door into the 3rd turn, right behind Gord Shepard in the 10S.
He was looking for multiple laps, finally got that inside lane to open up. He was going to take that opportunity away from Dustin Momberket. Now he's going to work on the 10S of Gord Shepard.
So a great battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th in a tight row off of turn number 4. Dale Shaw to the inside. Shepard tries to close the door.
Again, no inch is going to be given by the 83. These two have mixed up this year.
Dan McCaddy all the way in the marbles in 4. He was sideways, almost getting the 04 of Sean Walker. Here comes Rick Spencer-Walt, right on his back bumper.
Momberket got past the 10S of Shepard as well. So Shepard shuffled back to the 5th position in the running order.
All of this way in the rearview mirror of our race leader, Jake Sheridan, as we're under 15 laps to go. But a fantastic battle for the 2nd spot, a fantastic battle for 4th position as well. Sorry, I call it third, fourth, and fifth. I mean, it goes fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Marquette not being picked up on timing and scoring, that being the thing, threw me off as well.
We'll see some aggressive blocks now. It's McCaddy continuing to slide up the track in 3 and 4. Rick Spencer-Walt not quite quick enough to get there and try to make a move.
The challenge, if you're Rick Spencer-Walt, the harder you drive the car, the slower you go. But Dan McCaddy right out of control in turn number 2.
Trouble for Wills, that 32 car up the hill. He catches the outside wall. He'll keep going, though. No caution needed. Not sure if he was getting out of the way of the leaders, but that car's still up the racetrack. Spencer-Walt able to get past the 71 of McCaddy. McCaddy, all sorts of issues, that 71 car. It doesn't want to handle even down the straightaways at this point.
That car is slow in the middle of 1 and 2. Dropping a lot of time. They're door to door in front of our leader, Sheridan. Trying to work on the outside. Mitch Wright working on the 2 of John Owen. Does the 31 machine have enough time to get there?
Not without a yellow. I would be shocked if he can get there without a yellow. Jake Sheridan really hasn't turned the wheel wrong all day long here in that 52 machine as he crosses the stripe. 7 laps to go.
160 laps led for that 52 machine thus far. 7 more times around Canada's toughest third mile oval to pick up a crown.
A lot of prestige involved in this race, a lot of purse money on the line for the winner, and these drivers are working for their pay right now. Most of these cars are a handful.
And this being Sheridan's first Autumn Colors Classic, would love to come here the first time and take home one of the Leafs with him at the end of this one.
A lot of big wins for that 52 machine this season. A lot of Delaware in the APC series as well. 4 to go.
Yeah, busy summer for Sheridan. A full slate with the APC Series, was your 2025 Delaware Speedway track champion, the late model division. As well as a trip down east, the IWK just very busy for that Sheridan racing team. And right now, looking to cap the season here with a win in his first ever Autumn Colors Classic.
Rick Spencer-Walt on an old right front tire, 2 laps to go. Dan McCaddy way up out of the groove in turn 4. Here comes Dale Shaw to the inside. Contact into turn number 1.
McCaddy tried to slam the door shut, but Shaw says, no dice, I am coming through. It's now they come up on the lap car of John Owen. McCaddy up the hill, slides all the way out of the racing group. The 83 to the outside. He's got Marquette on the rear bumper. The battle is on for thirds. They come around the 2 car. Final time down the back straightaway. Sheridan off of 4. He'll pick up the win. Spencer-Walt, the 31, through the final turn, going to come home in second. Battle for third. Marquette and Shaw at the line. Shaw on the outside, able to hold off Marquette, and McCaddy will hold on to 5th at the line.
How about that for the 52 of Jake Sheridan? 1 and done. He is an ACC champion.
Jake will work on getting the bucket off here in the car. He gets the helmet off. He'll have to get all the Hans device and everything disconnected. He'll get out of this car. And I think we might see a bit of excitement here from Jake. I guess the best way to describe the 52 would be intense.
I was going to say he comes to the track with an intensity about him and an expectation to perform.
Well, they checked all the boxes this week. Fast in practice, qualified number 1. Did they lead the whole thing? I think they did, right? And gets the win. Dominant performance. What do you say, fans? We need to get Jake out here into Dart Heating and Air Conditioning Victory Lane. Make some noise, because here he comes, your Autumn Colors Classic. Electric City 167 winner, Jake the Snake Sheridan. Jake, come on around front. Let's have a talk here. Jake, almost a picture-perfect weekend for you guys. You checked all the boxes. Qualified number 1. Led all the laps. Led practice. Did everything you needed to do. I don't think you could have done anything better here.
No, I couldn't have brought much of a better car. Really, at the end of the day, just really great car. It made my job easier, truthfully. So I love this racetrack. Track's always came natural to us, and you know, you're fortunate. You're lucky when you have a car that good, and you get to start at the front like that you can set your pace, and we can manage what we had to do. I think we had a good enough car. We could have done what we had to. We had to pass passenger cars, but it's nice when you set your pace like that.
How often were you riding today? Looked like you had them covered pretty good.
I think 165 laps maybe. We were doing what we had. No, I'm just kidding. No, we were going at the end there. We were giving her, and had some really, really good competition behind us. There's some amazing drivers in this event, and guys that raced a long, long time, like Ricky Walt and Dale and all these guys, and and McCaddy. You get him up on the outside, it's always intimidating. So too bad McCaddy did what he did on the restarts there. I think we could have had a good run to the end, but thankful it worked out for us and just stayed disciplined all day.
Congrats, Jake.
Thank you. Just really want to thank everyone's coming through this whole season. This has been a really big season for us. I haven't done this many races in a year in my entire life, and I can't thank Raptor Fielders and Corey McAllister and Two Speed Motorsports enough. They've been a huge part of that deal, and McCall Racing, those two guys have been huge in my career, and the guys have been with me since the beginning. Pride Seeds, Vapman Farms, and Reynolds Trucking, those guys have been absolutely phenomenal. Curtis here, Carl's Construction, everyone that's just been with me the whole time, and makes memories like this, really special, and I really always want to put this one under my belt. So super thankful to get it done, and love this event.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Jake Sheridan, your winner here of the Electric City 167. Let's get over here and talk to Big Ricky. Rick Spencer-Walt making his way around here. Rick, I don't think at the halfway break you thought this car was going to come in the way it was, and you were able to make this one work. I think this is going to be very pleasing for you. I think at the fire last night you told me the 52 was the class of the field here, so to finish second to him is got to feel pretty good on a day like today.
Yeah, it's we fired off after that thing. We have a hole in the right front tire. It's eventually going to go flat here, and they seen it. It was bubbling up. They wouldn't let us change it, which is fine. I mean, whatever. I just went back out, and I don't know if it acted like a bleed off for us or what it did, but the thing come to life, and we were second. We were not going to catch Sheridan. Actually, I think Shaw was probably a second place car. We were third place car, but that's how it works out here. And I can't thank Sherry and Dwayne enough for putting me in this, and it means a lot.
You have Big Rick Spencer-Walt finishes second here. Dale, solid drive. Anytime you end up at the podium, put the car away, but I got to feel you're a little disappointed here today.
You guys see what happened there? So I held the window net up for about 10 laps under green. Passed 3 cars while I was holding the window net up, and I couldn't get it up down the back straightaway. I bent the pole, so we came in and duct taped it up. But I don't know if I would have anything for the 52, but I definitely think we had a second place car for sure. And man, it sucks I wanted that one bad, but my guys did a great job. Great adjustments at the break, and we'll be back next year. We'll try again.
Thanks, Dale. Dale Shaw third, Rick Spencer-Walt second, in your Autumn Colors Classic winner. Jake Sheridan.